Hello, and welcome to the lesson that we started to prepare for yesterday on the trial of Charles I. And this video is for any of you that are going to be the lawyers that say Charles deserved to be found guilty and therefore punished. Guilty is that he did it. And I'm going to run you through some of the key things that you could choose to say today, just to help you, to give you a way in. Firstly, you've got to look at the causes of the Civil War, because one of the things that Charles was deemed responsible for was all of the many deaths during the Civil War. So, you would think about tax. Charles created an illegal ship tax. He shouldn't have been able to create a tax. It was illegal for him to do it because since 1215, i.e. 400 years before this, the Magna Carta is as far before this as the Civil War is to us. 400 years ago was the Civil War. Actually, even more than 400 years ago, before the Civil War, was the Magna Carta. So it's not a new law. It's been there for a very long time, which says that the king has not got the right to raise taxes without consulting Parliament. And he didn't. He made the ship tax, which was illegal. The other thing you could blame the king for was just going and doing what he wanted. You know, he went round without, he went for 11 years without asking Parliament anything. He shut Parliament. And this is because he believed in the divine right of kings. That God has given him the role of king. If God did not want him to be king, he wouldn't, because God is all-powerful. Now this makes Charles cause the First World War because he abuses his power by doing whatever he likes without consulting Parliament. You could also blame Charles for costing the kingdom vast sums of money. You know that going to war is the most expensive thing you can do. And the Civil War cost an absolute fortune for this country. But he also fought a war with Spain, which he lost, which was a catastrophe. And he also fought a war with Scotland, which he started by forcing the Scots to accept his prayer book. Now, he didn't lose against the Scots, he kicked them back out, but it was an expensive war. And he spent his money on banquets and fine clothes and paintings, and he just wasted vast sums of money. Perhaps Charles wouldn't have needed to ask Parliament for so much money if he'd been a bit more careful with the money that he had. And of course, there's the religion issue. The country is Protestant. Many members of Parliament and many people in the country are Puritan, strict Protestants. And they fear the Catholics, because if they worship the wrong thing or they don't do the right thing in their hearts, they worry they're going to hell, and they worry about the evils of Catholicism, as they would have called it. What did the king do? The king, who is supposed to be the head of the Church of England, the head of the Protestant Church of England, he only went and married a Catholic. And the main worry for people was that perhaps because he's married a Catholic, he's a bit sympathetic to Catholic things. He did introduce more decoration into the church. And also, maybe the children of Charles and his wife, Catholic wife, Henrietta Maria, might be brought up as Catholic. And they're going to be the next kings of England. So, there you have it. The case against Charles. I hope you found that useful.